Hello, good evening, good people. Thank you so much for being here with us this wonderful Monday evening. I know you're all in the festive vibes. Like, come on, guys, Christmas is just 2 days away. I think you're wondering, who does that? Like, who has us listening to things about money 2 days to Christmas? But thank you so much for being here with me. My name is Victoria Nyanzi, and we are streaming this live on my LinkedIn, which is Victoria Nyanzi. We're also streaming this conversation live on YouTube, on NSSF Uganda, Twitter at NSSF Uganda, and on LinkedIn of NSSF Uganda. So we are here to have a conversation about money. All of you have been seeing me sharing about a wonderful product that NSSF Uganda recently launched, Smart Life Flexi. I've been flexing because I'm in the Smart Life already, and you've been asking so many questions, Victoria, what is Smart Life? What is voluntary saving? What should I do? All of those questions. So what I want us to do is, before we get into the Christmas break, before we enter into the new year, I want us to just understand what this is about. You know, when you go into Christmas, you're now reflecting, thinking about your goals, your financial goals, entering the new year. What should I do? What did I do wrong? So, as you set those goals, we are going to know how do we also intentionally invest in 2025. And with me on this LinkedIn Live is Barbra, the Head of Corporate Affairs and Marketing at NSSF. Hi Barbra, good evening.
Good evening, Victoria.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. Very excited, of course, because of the Christmas season. We can't wait. It's 2 days away, you know.
And I'm here having LinkedIn Live. I think I'm like, what's the song doing?
No, but it's important because I know that for most of the important people and most of the people who are responsible, they must be getting interesting messages.
Yeah.
There must be those who are getting messages like, Merry Christmas, my term is starting on the 15th, you know. So I know that is happening concurrently because kids are going back to school, 15th Jan.
Yeah.
And yes, the celebration is here, but that is what we are here for. We have to have goals, Christmas goals, school goals, and all the other goals. So it's all part of the package.
I can see.
Yes.
But I'll start with apologizing. I'm actually sorry for dragging you out of the office and everything and saying, Barbra, let's have a conversation. People are asking questions. I'm really sorry.
I am pleased to actually be inconvenienced if you think it is or what, but it's not. It's not an inconvenience at all.
Thank you so much, Barbra.
Yeah.
So I think there are people maybe on this live that are wondering, who is Barbra? I just gave a brief introduction. Maybe you can fully tell them who you are, what you do at NSSF, and also tell us how has the year been for the fund and
full year, I would say. For NSSF, we've seen growth. We had a very, very attractive interest rate in comparison to the previous year. We have just launched Smart Life Flexi, which is our flagship product for the voluntary segment. And that segment actually taps into both the formal and informal. We have very exciting offers with our real estate, Solana. Yeah, and of course, this is the year when also the minister assented to the voluntary regulations. So there's a lot happening at the fund. We're excited. We know that next year is going to be better. Actually, next year is 2025. That's when we should have hit the 20 trillion mark in terms of value of assets, but we hit that this year. So really, life can't really get any better this year. We have everything in the bag. We can only wait for next year.
Amazing, amazing.
Yes.
You know, I attended the launch of the Smart Life Flexi, and I overheard the MD share all of those numbers. I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Yes.
And then tell us about how your life has been 2024 for you as Barbra.
How
was the year? Tell us about financials.
My life has actually been, I think it has been a great year for me. Always I start the year with some objectives.
Yeah.
And I always focus on 5 fronts. One, I look at financial objectives, then I look at spiritual objectives.
Yes.
I also look at social objectives, and then health objectives, and then lastly, personal development.
Yes.
So when I look across those 5 facets, I can say that I've actually registered progress across all the 5 facets.
Well
Yes.
done.
And Yeah, I feel I really feel very fulfilled because when I look back at the start of the year, the things I wanted to do, and I've been able to do them. And I cannot say that, during COVID, when you ask people, how was 2020, how was 2021, they'd be like, I can't count that year. But for me, I can confidently count 2024.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing. Well
It
done,
was worthwhile.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
So, I want to put you in the very hot seat now. I've
Yes.
been running a lot about the Smart Life Flexi and different things about it that I learned in my own point of view and with the way I was interpreting everything that happened at the launch. And people have been asking me questions about 1 to 3 things. What is this? What is that? So since last week, I've been recording these questions on LinkedIn, on X, on Instagram, and that's why we have you in this set today.
Thank you.
I want to ask you bit by bit about what the audience was asking. And if you're out there and you have any other particular question for Barbra, just feel free to go to my LinkedIn, shoot it in the DM, because someone is going to be giving me those questions. We want her to answer every question now, so I can walk into 2025 ready to make those smart decisions to live a financial life.
Thank you.
Great.
Allow me just to appreciate you for that personal initiative.
Oh my God.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
That is very good.
Thank you.
Picking up a product and talking about it. We really appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I tend to do this because I'm strongly passionate about things like personal growth, personal development, and I know that personal growth and development are attached to financials. Yeah. Actually, when I've been running this, I used to tell people a strong personal brand aligned with financial stability.
Yes.
Like you need money to be able to, just finance the things that you want to be independent, to be a brand, and so many ways. Yeah. So let's get into the questions. I'm really wondering, why is it important for someone to invest in specific financial goals rather than just, simply saving in anything? Okay. Because I think, let me just cut it short before. Because, when I was sharing about the Smart Life Flexi, there is that bit of you can save for a particular goal. So people are wondering, why do I have to save for this goal? Why can't I just have my money there and say, I have my money in there? Yeah. So the principle about life is if you can see it, then you can actually achieve it. And that same principle applies to saving. Yeah. If you can see your house, if you can see your car, if you can see your holiday, if you can see your tuition, if you can visualize that dream, then you can actually work towards it. But if you don't have any target, any goal, you'll just keep using the money. You put today 100 and then your friends call you, let's go partying. You withdraw that money, you go partying, you see. But if you can see yourself owning a plot of land, and then that is what is going to drive you. And that is why goals are very, very important. And this is really the right time of the year where we should focus on goals, personal goals, like you said, financial goals. Because if someone can set that goal and say, next year, I need to probably buy a car, or I need a plot of land, or I need to actually accumulate this amount of money on my account. I need to have something to my name, And if you believe in yourself, this is the right time for you to set that goal. So these goals, because we know everyone has goals, so these goals are actually translated in Smart Life into financial goals. Because for everything, like you said, you need money. If you want to go on holiday, if you want a car, that's a goal already. So visualize it, quantify it, and then break it down. Ask yourself, if I need 10 million by the end of how much should I put aside each month? So you'll realize that if your target is possibly about 860, 900, you can achieve it actually. Because now then you give yourself that target and ask yourself, how do I work towards this? Then you stretch yourself to deliver that objective. And interestingly about goals, when you set them, there's a way God can open for you doors. And suddenly you find there's new money coming from another, probably someone calls you for a consultancy, or maybe you sell something that you have, creative ways, or you do something with friends.
But now because you have a goal, instead of wasting that money, you put it where it should be.
Yeah.
And where it should be is the Smart Life Flexi
I see.
that we are talking about.
You are reminding me, the second day that I shared about the Smart Life Flexi,
Yeah.
I told people that I'm particularly saving for an MBA.
Wow.
And now I have it at the back of my mind all the time that
Wow.
I'm saving to start my MBA.
Wow.
I see, we're having the conversation at
Yeah.
the right moment when people are making their vision boards.
Yes.
And you have said, if you can't see it,
Yes.
you can't achieve it.
Yes.
That's a very wonderful quote.
Thank
Someone
you.
should take note of it. Like, if you
Yes.
can't see it, you can't achieve it.
Yes.
Now, so we have these different goals, eh?
Yeah.
A car, a house, an MBA, like for me,
Yes.
a boutique, a business, a side hustle. So how can I be able to identify and like set priorities and know that maybe this is the goal from short term to long term? Is
Okay.
there a way that, maybe for you go about that? To
Yes.
identify and prioritize the goals?
Yeah. So you just first of all get a clean slate. It could be your computer, your phone, your notebook, and then just write everything that you dream of achieving. And sometimes you might find that list could come to like 10 things. Yeah. And then you need to ask yourself realistically what you can do. Break it down. Ask yourself, of these 10 items that I have written down, what can I actually do within 1 year, 2 years, 3, 4, 5? So when you write down, you'll actually then ask yourself, which of these is actually a need? Which of these is a want? You see? And then when you classify it in that way, you begin to prioritize your list. And then you cut out the things that are wants. Just park them somewhere. Don't do away with them completely. But then ask yourself the next question. Can I afford all these things? Can I afford to achieve this?
Yes.
Of course, sometimes people say that you come and buy without money. But no, you should actually ask yourself, how will I make the money to achieve these items? And then when you classify it in that way, you prioritize your list. And sometimes you'll find that people can't differentiate between a need and a want. Let's just use a very simple example of shopping. If you're shopping for food, yeah? A need is actually rice, beans, chicken, whatever. That's a need. But when you begin, that's a need. When you begin to talk about cake, ice cream, ketchup, such things, now that is a want. But you can live without the wants. You need the wants, yes, but go with the needs. Focus on the needs, prioritize your list. Don't overload yourself, because oftentimes when you overwhelm yourself, you try to achieve everything, you'll be fatigued actually. You'll get tired and you'll abandon all your objectives. So what you need to do is, don't take in a lot, take in what you can afford, prioritize your list. After you've put aside the wants, you can also reward yourself with the wants. Doesn't mean that you should put them, but reward yourself deliberately, knowing that, okay, now that I have achieved this, for example, now after you've done your MBA, a want could be going on a holiday. You see? So now when you're done with that saving goal, then you can reward yourself with a holiday. Yeah, so that's really how we can go about prioritizing that list.
You are speaking my language, Barbra. I know if my friends and family are on LinkedIn, they're like, if Barbra speaks about vacation, staycation, she's speaking Victoria's language.
Wow.
I'll have to. Now, somebody else was asking me that what exactly is Smart Life Flexi? I've tried, personally, I told you from my POV, from what I understood, because I found the product very interesting. It spoke to me as someone that has been now in the consulting world. And I decided to cut off freelance and call it consulting. So it spoke to me a lot. Like, this is something that I can now embrace as a person. So, but people may be wondering, apart from what Victoria has telling us, what is the Smart Life Flexi? What exactly is it?
So Smart Life Flexi is a voluntary account. It's a voluntary saving product. As we all know, NSSF is about mandatory contributions. However, with the voluntary regulations, we are now allowed to encourage members to save on a voluntary basis with a fund.
Yeah.
So we created a simple account. You can save as little as 5,000 shillings.
Yes.
You can save it anytime. You don't have to wait for the 15th. Let's assume you're a border guy. If you get 5,000 in the morning, you can put it there. If you get another 10,000 at midday, you can put it there.
Yeah.
Midnight, before you retire, you're like, hey, I have some more here. You can add it there. So you save anytime. And you can also save using your mobile money. You can use Airtel. You can use Stanbic Bank. You can even do a bank transfer, RTGS,
Yes.
onto your Smart Life account. And then, because people are used to us giving them money when they retire, the other flexible thing actually is when you choose your saving goal, you can choose 1 year.
Yeah.
You don't have to choose like 10 years, 15 years. You can choose 1 year, you can choose 2. Now that is the flexibility we are talking about. And the more interesting thing, interest is paid on a monthly basis.
Okay.
We don't have to wait for NSSF to announce interest once a year. But this time round, when you put your money there, after 3 days, it starts earning interest. We accrue this interest on your daily balances, and at the end of the 1 month, we credit it back onto your account. So you see your money growing. So that is why it's Smart Life Flexi. And because most people already have bank accounts, that is feeding into the short term. But everyone has to be thinking medium term as well. What do I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4 years from now?
Yes.
Then take advantage of such a product, which is giving you a good return. And still, because we give you like a 1 year period, you first have to think twice before coming for it. Although you can actually pick it up, but because you still have your ATM where you should be putting the money for short term, you can still think and say, okay, because I promised 1 year for this goal, let me focus on it.
I see.
So that's what the product is about.
I see.
Easy registration across our channels, easy remittance of your contribution, interest being paid in a flexible manner, and even opting out is not hard.
I see.
Yeah.
I love the example where you say if you're a border guy.
Yeah.
Like, I think what Barbara is trying to say is Muntu wa wansi. And right now, anyone,
Yes.
what you mean
Yeah.
have an NSSF Smart Life Flexi account.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you work for a big corporate,
Yeah.
you work in the market,
Yes.
anyone can have an NSSF account.
Yes, that is well put. Any person can have provided you're 16 years and above,
Nice.
you can have a Smart Life Flexi.
Nice.
Yeah.
But there's so many other saving and investment products in the market. What is special about Smart Life Flexi?
Okay, first of all, the fact that we are looking medium term, that is what makes it special. The other thing is the convenience, because we know that there are some products in the market where to move money to your account, you have to first go to the bank and then you do a transfer.
Yeah.
But for Smart Life, you can just use your phone. So the convenience aspect makes the product attractive. We are also looking at the competitive returns. The interest is going to be competitive as well, because so far we are locking in 1 month. So members are going to expect a competitive interest. You're going to get a good interest on your...
Looking forward.
Yes.
Looking forward.
Yeah. So that is really what makes it stand out. And we are still building on the value proposition for that product.
Yeah.
So we'll be announcing them as we innovate. We have more in store for our members on this product, so we'll be announcing them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So the other thing, this is actually a personal question from me. How does the voluntary saving really differ from the mandatory saving? You've tried to elaborate, but is there anything else that creates the difference that maybe somebody watching this LinkedIn Live has to know?
Yes, so now the mandatory savings are really driven by employers.
Yeah.
Because the NSSF Act, as amended, provides for employers to remit for their staff contributions. So the employer ideally, let's say NSSF actually, because NSSF employs me, NSSF is mandated by the NSSF Act to remit a contribution for me.
Yes.
and that is they remove 5% from my salary, and then they add 10%.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, automatically my saving is growing already. For every 5 I put, my employer is supposed to put for me 10.
Yes.
And then at the end of each financial year, we give interest, and the minister announces that rate.
Yes.
Now, that mandatory contribution actually finances a number of benefits which are stipulated in the Act. The first is the age benefit when someone is 55. There is withdrawal benefit when someone is 50 and unemployed. Then there is invalidity if someone is indisposed and not in position to work. There is immigration if someone leaves the country.
Yes.
There is also mid-term access. If someone hits 45, they can get 20% if they have contributed for 10 years.
Yes.
So that is what mandatory contribution is about. Now, on the voluntary side, we are governed by the voluntary regulations, yeah, which were regulations issued by the minister recently.
Yes.
Now, on that voluntary side, still within the ambit of the NSSF Act, but now it is member-driven. Any member can remit for themselves whatever they feel they want to remit. And it's not supposed to be only once a month. It could be on a daily basis, while on the mandatory side, it's once a month.
Yeah.
And on the voluntary side, you can decide, you can choose from as little as 5. On the other side, it's tied to your salary. So those are some of the differences. Even in terms of the interest. Interest here is earned on a daily basis, the other and credited monthly. The other side also, interest is earned but credited on an annual basis on your opening balance. This one is interest that you earn on whatever you have on your account.
Yeah.
So that is really the difference, and they serve the different purposes. The other one is supposed to cater for you when you retire. This one, which is a long-term need, actually. While this one can cater for your medium term.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Now, as we continue this LinkedIn Live, if you have any particular questions for Barbara about the NSSF Smart Life Flexi, like I said, we are streaming first from my LinkedIn, which is Victoria Nyanzi. Please go in there, drop the question in the DMs, or you can drop it on the LinkedIn Live. I'm going to be forwarded all of the questions, and Barbara will be able to answer them. And thank you so much for staying with us. I know it's Christmas break, but we're almost done. If you keep those 2-3 questions that you have coming, we'll be done in the next 30 minutes. Thank you so much, Barbara, again, for giving us the time. Every time you answer a question, I'm like, thank you for doing this, because questions have been coming in, and I'm glad you're here to give us all the answers. Now, I was also wondering, what happens to the mandatory savers? Like, if I have already a mandatory saving account, how can I have the Smart Life Flexi? That question has been coming in a lot.
Okay, that's a very good question. So it's really so simple.
Yeah.
All someone needs to do, I don't know if there's any mandatory saver online. All you can do right now, get your phone, click on the icon of NSSF Go app. If you don't have the app, just download it now. Once you download that app and you log into the app, you'll just see on your homepage, there's an icon for Smart Life. Because you're already an NSSF member, you don't even need again to enroll with NSSF. So all you now have to do is click that icon, then you key in some details, choose your goal, enter a few details, account, number, mobile money, number like that, and then you click submit, and then you make your first saving. You actually can save just 5,000, and there you have your account already opened. So for any voluntary members, for the mandatory members, it is so simple. Now, it's also simpler even for those as well who are not members yet, because the first thing is your NSSF number. So what we do is your identifier, your unique identifier is your NSSF number. So the first thing for someone who is not an NSSF member is just to enroll with NSSF, and that is for free. You don't need to pay any money. Then you, of course, download the app, click on the icon, and there you are. You've already started saving. Or you can go to our web app and also follow the same user journey.
Interesting.
If not, you can just walk into any of our branches. By the way, our branches are open for business.
You are not closing for the festives?
No. We remain open today, tomorrow. And the other branches will be open on 27th, but here, because of some maintenance, it won't be open, Workers' House.
Yeah.
But you can walk into the branch and also enroll. Yeah.
Nice. I think when I was at the launch, we had a demonstration that took like a second. It was done.
Yeah.
So I think it also, someone can do it from their house. You can do it right now. You can do it tomorrow. Download the app, go to the web portal, and it's instant.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, Barbara. Now I have 3 questions that have come in from LinkedIn. I think one says, yes, they say, please share with us the deposit options for Smart Life Flexi. How can I deposit money on my account? I know you've tried to elaborate, but we can give them another go.
That is okay.
Yeah.
So I really wish members would just get their phones, smartphones, or just go onto the web, nssfuj.org, and then just experience the simplicity of this product.
Yeah.
But if you want to make a deposit, the easiest way to make a deposit is to use your mobile money. Load money on your mobile money accounts. It could be Airtel, it could be MTN. And then you just go to Smart Life and then you say, make actually a payment. And then you just, it's very, very simple. I should have come with my phone so that I demonstrate. But it's very simple. We'll be sending how-to videos there.
Yeah.
And as you follow the prompts, you'll deposit the money, you'll get a notification immediately. So use MTN mobile money, use Airtel mobile money, go to Stanbic Bank, and you can actually deposit across the counter. The most important thing, if you're doing counter deposits, please remember to indicate your Smart Life account number.
Okay.
Yes, so that we can easily pick up that deposit, knowing that this deposit is for Victoria. This deposit is for Barbara. It's your Smart Life number that is very important at that point.
So I think for me, what they're saying, what are the top reasons why I should consider signing up for Smart Life Flexi today?
Okay. So number 1, you already have your retirement account, which is the mandatory contribution. Number 2, you already have, of course, a bank account. Yes. I'm assuming. Now, your retirement account is catering for your retirement. When you're 55, or 50, unemployed, your mandatory contributions will be given to you.
Yes.
And your bank is catering for your short term. You want to withdraw money, you want to buy this, Christmas is here. But the reason why you need Smart Life is because what is going to happen with your medium term
goals?
Yeah? What's going to happen? Let me give you a good statistic. Close to 80% of every single person who gets their NSSF money does not have any other saving.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Mr. Patrick mentioned it at the launch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very sad. You know why? Because suddenly this passive saving that was being done by your employer for you has grown.
Yeah.
But you didn't learn the art of saving. So now suddenly you have this money, but you don't have any other saving. And guess what? After 2 years, 98% cannot account for it.
Gone.
When you ask them and you're like, what did you do with your NSSF money? They can't. But guess what? The needs have not gone. You still need medical, you still need food, you still need cash flows for running around. But the unfortunate thing is now you're older.
Yeah.
You can't actually do that. So Smart Life is there to help people to actually live smart. Make smart decisions. Don't spend everything this Christmas. Save some money for your medium-term goals. You need a house before you retire. Don't wait when you retire to build a retirement home. That's the worst time to do that. Start now. Think about 5 years. Tell yourself, I want a dream home. Start saving for it. Smart Life gives you that option.
Yeah.
Save for it now. And that is why Smart Life is there. And while you're saving, we are giving you a good rate of return. So that actually your money is not being eroded. The value is appreciating.
Yeah.
And because it's goal-based and we are fixing it 1 year, 2 years, 3, at least there's some discipline. You know that, I have to at least first leave it for a year before I touch it. So that's the whole discipline around this thing. And that is why someone should choose it.
I see.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, your medium-term saving needs, saving goals and whatever are not going to be wished away.
Yeah.
You wake up tomorrow, you want to go for the MBA, it's still a desire.
And
the only thing that is going to
desire
change that is your desire
Yeah.
being aligned with your finances.
Yeah.
And then you can change that, you see.
Yeah.
If you want a car, you still keep looking at the cars on the road and what. The difference between you and the person who has it is the money. So, so all these things that we need are not going to go away because time is going.
Yeah.
So we just need to work towards them. And you, by the way, you don't need a lot of money to save. Just start by working with the little that you have. Start by working with a little. Even if someone is earning 100,000, break it down and say, okay, fine. I need to give God 10% for the Christians.
Yeah.
The 90,000 that is left. Yeah? What can I do with it?
Yeah.
Can I actually save like 10K per month? Or can I save 20? You see? When you see that money growing, you'll even realize that you're actually in a better position than you were when you thought you had very little money.
Yes.
Somehow there's a way when you do something with what you have, there's a sense of satisfaction and confidence that comes with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That reminded me, back then when I was still young, in 2014, 2015, I started working in 2013 in my senior six vacation.
Wow.
So 2013, 2014, I was working at an events company. We used to hire out tents and everything.
Yeah.
I was the receptionist there. So I used to be paid 150,000.
Wow.
And I don't know how my father taught us to save from that age. So where the office was, there was a bank right across. And when I got my first salary, I crossed over, opened my bank account. And I used to just put off like 20,000 from my money. I was a girl. I had to plait hair. I wanted to do nice nails and everything. But I'll put up 20K and save it. So I worked there all through the years of my campus. Like I used to work then do other these gigs in supermarkets where people, I think you find young girls in supermarkets that are selling like different products.
Oh,
you know, they're marketing this, that. So I also used to do those gigs. So, but I would save some little amount of money. Now I finished my campus, and my second job was with a bank. I was meant to be a bank teller, and they sent me to Ginger. Now, you know, when you're going into a new town, you've been staying in Kampala, you need relocation allowance. No matter how much the company gives you, you also need to have your own money. Do you know what saved me? I had money on my bank account. Like it was like 1.7 million shillings. But I had my money. So
that was so impressive.
Yes. So I had my money there. I went, I picked it, I bought, you know, dresses that are going to fit into corporate. I bought some more dresses, more heels. I had my hair in check. So now when you speak about the fact that even if you save some little amount of money, it gives you that satisfaction, I can get the point.
Wow,
like
that's a very good example. I'm going to borrow it and use it somewhere.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I think that's why I even aligned this entire conversation for me in my line of work that, you know, like a strong personal brand aligns with financial independence and financial stability. At the end of the day, I preach to people and tell them the way you look matters, everything matters. You know, you can sell for a pair of shoes. Like you're a young girl, you see Victoria in a nice pair of shoes and you say, if I want to get that shoe, I can save for it. You can save for a suit. You can save for a blazer. So Smart Life Flexi, we are making smart financial decisions.
And so when you have your finances under control, you are not desperate and you cannot be exploited in any way. Because at least you never make any decision out of desperation. Because every decision you make, you look at all the facts on the table. It's not like you want to maybe get some money in order to make that decision. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Now, I've had two other questions come in. I think, this is quite complex. Someone says, how does an investment designed around future flexibility, like Smart Life Flexi, potentially simplify or enhance the goal-setting process?
So the way it enhances that process is because when you go to our platform, you choose a goal. So we actually have incorporated the goal selection when you're choosing the product. And you don't have only to have one Smart Life account. You can actually have 5 goals or 3 goals. Like personally, actually that message I was sharing in the beginning, saying that some people are getting wishes, Merry Christmas, but are being reminded of school fees.
Yeah,
there are a couple of people, sometimes you find you have to help. And that is one of the messages I received actually. So I made a mental note and I said, oh, I have to now open an account for school fees, or something of the sort, because you realize that, yes, I already have my other goal, for financial stability. Now I'm going to choose that goal and start saving. That's now my new year. So that by the time next year comes, I can even decide to pay school fees for someone from the beginning to the end, when I've already saved the money. So the system is very simple, and it enables you to select goals. And you can select any number of goals. But again, like I say, don't overwhelm yourself. At least start with at least 3 goals. You can say 1, MBA, 2, maybe that dream holiday, or 3, just saving for a crisis, And then begin to put little money in there. Put what you can afford. Don't stretch. Don't break the bank. Don't steal. Just put it there. And even what is in your saving, your piggy bank at home, after collecting those coins, please bring it to Smart Life. You'll be surprised. So put it in there. Those are the simple goals. That is how it works. Select a goal, save towards the goal, and then we'll give you interest on each of those accounts. At the end of the year, you'll see how much it has grown.
Makes a lot of sense. At a point where, we've written down all of those goals, for me, the biggest goal has always been personal development, personal growth. So, when you're like, I want to maybe upgrade, I want to study this course, I want to do this. When you just speak about it, year in, year out, you're like, I'm going to go to school. I'll go back to school. I think if you've looked at your finances now, and honestly, you can't go back to school in 2025, I urge you, me and you, let's take up a challenge. 2025, we are saving for education. You can join me. We are in the same class. I'm saving for my MBA. Come, you save for your diploma, you save for your other course, so that in 2026, we are starting school. Guys, I urge you to do this with me. Let's be each other's accountability partner in this one. Because if we start now, we'll be able to see the results in 2026. So I think I'm super excited about that.
I'm excited for you as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I know when you do your MBA, it also opens for you doors.
Yes. Of course it does. Another question came in. I think this is must be the last or second last. Someone says, you answered this. What happens to customers under the previous mandatory savings scheme?
Oh, I think that's a bit unique. Because let me let you finish the question, then I'll come in.
She says, what happens to the NSSF members under the mandatory savings scheme? And then she adds, can I move my mandatory savings to Flexi Pay? Since Flexi is flexible, I can withdraw after 1 year.
Okay. Now, first of all, no, you cannot move your mandatory saving to Flexi. It's a case of chicken and turkey, or chicken and rice. And so you have the chicken, and then you say, now, can I now just do away with the rice? You still need some carbs, obviously. So you have your mandatory pot. Keep it there because you actually need it when you retire. And this is what we are talking about. Everyone needs long-term savings. Everyone needs medium-term savings, and then short-term savings. So we can't allow you to move because the law doesn't support it. Rather, what you do, start on Smart Life, open an account for yourself and start saving there. You'll thank me later. And then that other question about the mandatory contributions. Yes, there are some people, the regulations changed. Prior to 2022, the regulations actually provided for people whose employers have ceased to remit contributions for them to now start remitting for themselves. And then they would become mandatory contributors. Now that category prior to 2022 have to continue with the mandatory benefits. However, when the president assented to the NSSF Amendment Act in 2022 January, there are some people who started just contributing in anticipation of the voluntary product offering. So now those people, we are going to migrate them to Smart Life Flexi.
Yeah.
Because the regulations already were in place, but we did not have the voluntary regulations to actualize the product.
Yes.
Now that that is in place, everyone who saved with NSSF on a voluntary basis from January 2022 is going to be migrated to Smart Life Flexi. But we shall communicate to them the date when they can start the migration, because we need to effect certain changes in our system to allow for that. Yeah, so that is going to be possible for the voluntary customers who came in and became mandatory without intending to, because of the regulations and the product that wasn't in place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now
so
they will
we'll take them into consideration.
Okay. So now they will be moved to Smart Life Flexi, which has a lock-in period of 1 year.
Yes, they'll be moved to that. But also they will not forfeit anything. They'll still earn their interest from the mandatory side, and then they'll still also get their interest from Smart Life when they start.
When they start saving in Smart Life. Okay. I think that's clear. I think this takes us back to investment. Someone is asking that what strategies can help someone stay disciplined and on track with their investment goals?
First of all, you'd really need to want whatever goal you have. You really need to want it so badly. Secondly, get an accountability partner. You know, tell someone close to you that, you know, I'm saving up for my MBA. Like now, the way you were saying, at least now for you, you have a challenge.
I'm accountable to everyone
on this platform. Because now next year, if you don't have your MBA, you know, if you've not progressed, it will be another story. So get an accountability partner. And then lastly, begin to do something about it. Okay. So because there is really no rocket science. Many times people think some of these things are very complex, but it's just about falling forward. Start today, do something about it, tell someone so that they can help you to ask you, oh, Barbara, you said you were going to save 1 million shillings in 2025. How far? How much have you saved? What are you doing about it? You know? And also, let it be the reverse. If you're holding that person accountable, hold them also accountable. Help them also to be better at saving. I see. You know, sometimes as Africans, we tend to have this mentality of, at some point, I'm going to get money. I know you know Uganda. Like, you're not so sure where the money is coming from, but you could close a year with a mindset of, the money is coming. But I think when you come to a period like December now and you're reviewing, you're like, the money didn't come. Like, for the money to come, I have to either invest it somewhere or save it somewhere. So that's a very good one. There are two other extra questions. One is about taxes. With the NSSF Smart Life, is it tax-free? Okay, so whatever is on your account is yours. It's not going to be taxed again. However, the fund has to pay taxes on all the investments that we make. So whatever we declare to you is net of taxes. Whatever is on your account is net of taxes. But we do not have those exemptions. We have to pay taxes. When we invest in treasury bonds, we pay withholding tax. We also pay taxes in terms of, for example, pay as you earn. We pay all sorts of taxes. And even by the time various companies give us dividends, they've also paid taxes and given us net of that. But whatever we give you onto your account is net of all the taxes that apply. So that's your money. And there are no other charges on your account.
My savings
is yours.
Are mine.
Yes.
Guys, your savings are yours.
Yes.
Very important. And then it drives us to, I think, the last question, just in case there are no other questions coming in. A very big one about interest rate.
Yes.
What are the rates? I think people want to start calculating their rates. I don't know. You can guide us on that one.
Well, you see, I cannot give an interest rate now. Why can't I give an interest rate? Because we mark to market. And because we also like on a daily basis, money is coming in, and on a daily basis we are investing.
Yeah.
So I cannot now say that this is the rate that we are going to give, because today you might get an instrument of because all this is being invested in money markets because of the nature of the product.
Yes.
It's medium term. So we are investing in treasury bills, treasury bonds. So today, government of Uganda might issue a bond which is going at possibly 15 or 17 or 14. So we keep on putting the money in those bonds. At the end of the month, we'll be able now to say how much have we made. So I cannot now guarantee and say it's going to be at this rate, because every day money comes in. Every day we have to invest your money and try and make money for you that day. So you'll be able to see your interest at the end of the month. I hope really that comforts the people. The money is being invested and it will be credited. You'll see your interest.
I see.
Yeah.
Taking back, when I attended the launch of the NSSF Smart Life Flexi, the MD said it's a very competitive return.
Yes.
So when you tell me that our money is invested, you're looking for ways on how you invest our money and then give us the interest. I'm excited about it.
Yes.
But I would like to thank you, Barbara, for taking the time, coming to office on this Monday, 2 days to Christmas, sitting here with us for over an hour. And in case you have anything else that you feel we've not spoken about smart investment, NSSF Smart Life Flexi, or anything else that the fund would like to share with us, you can feel free to share it with us.
Well, I just want to ask the members, existing NSSF members, this is an opportunity for you. Just download your app, the NSSF Go app, and straight away start this saving journey. If you're not an NSSF member, it's not so hard. If you have your NIN, just register with NSSF. It doesn't cost anything to register with NSSF. And then you go and click onto the icon for Smart Life, and then start your saving journey. 1 year from now, you'll have made a smarter decision. Indeed, your life will be smart. Just get onto this journey with me, get onto this journey with Victoria, and let's compare notes at the end of the year, next year, 2025.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Barbara.
It's
Thank
a
you so much,
pleasure.
good people, for joining us this Monday afternoon. I'm glad you all made the time to be on this LinkedIn live session with me. My name is Victoria Nyanzi. I'm a personal branding coach, and I'm the founder of the African Sisters Network, which is a digital community that is dedicated to empowering African girls tell their stories, be bold about their stories, build their brands to attract the right opportunities. We are on a mission to empower 1 million African girls by 2040, and we are just super excited about it because we know we can actually do it. So if you're a young girl out there, you're looking for a community where you can grow, you need mentorship, you need support, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is Victoria Nyanzi, Instagram is Victoria Nyanzi, and Twitter is @Victoria Nyanzi. From me to you, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy New Year. Bye-bye.